Also, just as I finished recording my live reactions for both episodes 12 and 13, the joint finale of part 1 of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime, did I see they have just released a brand new trailer, the very first trailer in fact, for part 2, titled The Separation. I figured I'd get this video out first for you guys, and then you can have the live reactions and the reviews to episodes 12 and 13 uninterrupted afterwards. Plus, I'm pretty excited about this trailer, so I really just wanted to watch it now, live react to it so you get my immediate thoughts and feelings regarding the trailer, and maybe a little bit of discussion depending on if there is anything to discuss. So let's just dive right into this thing. It's only 1:40 long. I'm so curious to see what they will actually show us, if anything at all. Is there any chance we can get some Askin Naklavar up in here? Because I have been waiting forever to see this guy at this point in the anime. But regardless, I'm very excited nonetheless. So let's just get on with this thing. It's time to take a look at the trailer for part 2 of the 1000 Year Blood War arc, titled The Separation. By the way, if you haven't seen the finale yet, episodes 12 and 13, spoiler, they're very good. By the way, speaking of spoilers, before we get into it, there probably will be spoilers for the 1000 Year Blood War arc in this video, as depending on what they show, what's in this trailer, I'll be talking about potentially how it corresponds to what we actually see in the source material. So just a little warning for you there, but without any further ado, let's get on with this thing. Immediately starting with the Soul King Palace, of course that plays a large role in the second invasion. That's a... Okay, immediately, brand new dialogue from both Ichibei and Ichigo. Are they actually going to show us Ichigo's training in Ichibei's palace? Because that would be awesome. So far, this is all brand new stuff. We're just getting kind of Vandenreich imagery, but a lot of that was brand new. Brand new Uryu lines, brand new Yuha lines. Some of this is straight from the source material, the Hashwolf and Basby interaction. Unohana. That's a bit of a spoiler. Okay, so they've included Renji's Bankai's true name. That feels like a bit of a spoiler. Okay, so in terms of visuals, there's not a lot going on. It's just kind of Shinigami Quincy iconography, but a lot of this dialogue, if this is in the episodes, is very interesting. Oh, here we go. That Basby looked awesome there. I love the way, I'm presuming that was Burner Finger 1 looks. Okay, we're going to have to go through this, aren't we? There's just more happening than I thought it was going to be. Very cool, yeah. July, there we go. About 6-7 months to wait. Potentially not as long as I was expecting, but also not as short as I was expecting. Somewhere in the middle. I'm alright with that. July's not a great month for me, so that's going to be interesting. I will try and obviously stick to this as much as I can. Regardless of what I'm doing, I will never miss a live reaction or a review. They might just have to come out potentially later, but we'll see. We'll see. We've got a long way to go before that. That was a cool trailer. I think it works really well as a tease. I think that was honestly pretty awesome. The amount of brand new stuff in regards to dialogue in the trailer is very intriguing to me. Of course, the second invasion is a massive kind of sub-arc within the 1000 Year Blood War, probably the biggest section of the final arc itself, so there's an awful lot to cover. Let's go through the trailer one more time and dissect it and pick out some of the more interesting moments. So right away, I'm guessing that's Ichibei walking. It's then him talking to Ichigo, and it sounds like Ichigo's actually going to do some training with Ichibei. We didn't see any of that in the original source material. This line about restoring the honor of the Quincy's, that's not in the original chapters either. Uryu talking about severing all ties to come here, that's brand new. So we might get some more context surrounding Uryu's betrayal. Hitsugaya saying the winning side doesn't beg for their lives. That is interesting. I think that's a brand new line, and I wonder if he's talking to Kangdu. See, now that is intriguing to me. Shinji saying, I'm going to upend everything you know about this situation. Kind of sounds a little bit similar to what he says before he activates his Bankai and Can't Fear Your Own World. So I'm not saying they're going to do Can't Fear Your Own World, because obviously that doesn't happen anywhere near yet. But maybe we're going to see his Bankai here in the anime? I can hope. Bambietta has a red Volstendig. Very, very happy to see that. That means that they are, at least to some degree, doing the Bleach Brave Souls thing, where they had individually coloured holy forms. That is fantastic. Bit of a shame then that Kirige didn't have a different coloured one, but I feel like at the end there, Yuha voice kind of goes really demonic. Let me just listen to that one more time. We'll go through it one more time. I love the sun setting on the Soul King Palace. That's really cool stuff. Great imagery. I do believe, I might be wrong here, but I think that the people involved in the anime have said that from sort of the second part onwards, that is maybe more where we will get additional scenes, extra content coming in. I hope that's true. There is some truly fascinating new lines being included here. I'm surprised that they've got Renji saying the name of his true bankai. I guess it doesn't really mean anything in the context of this trailer. This Shinji line, that is fascinating to me. I do wonder if... is that a hint to seeing his bankai somehow? I mean, I'd love it. And then we've got the actual... so we see Mayuri in his sun suit, which is brilliant. I'm presuming that's when he comes out of the door in 547. Basby looking great. Burnerfinger looks fantastic there. Hitsugaya kind of rising up after he's hollow-fied himself to defeat Kangdu. Yeah, Yuha voice definitely gets freaky at the end there. So, I mean, can we glean some clues as to how far this is going to go? Presumably up to him killing the Soul King, at least, perhaps. Maybe a little bit further than that. That seems quite far, though, to me, if there's going to be 4 parts to this. That does seem quite far. But yeah, let's just take a look at some of those scenes towards the end, because a lot of this, of course, is just kind of imagery. There's not really anything from the actual anime itself. But then, of course, later on, so here we get a couple of really cool shots. Mayuri in his sun suit, I think that looks absolutely fantastic when he emerges from his brilliantly lit laboratory to confront none other than Askid Naklavar. Shame we don't actually see him in this trailer. Some of these shots are very reminiscent of that very, very first trailer we got for the anime, such as this one of Kyoraku here, potentially even that one of Hashwolf. That one does look pretty cool, though. I love this shot of Basby. Him moving like that is so awesome. It looks great. The burner finger looks fantastic. Hitsugaya with his hollow-fied bankai. Again, that kind of looks like one of those original shots as well. Bambietta's Volstandig looking fiery, looking powerful. I love that red colouring. Again, if they stick with the Brave Souls colours for a lot of these, it means we'll get green Candice, purple Askin. Happy about all that. That's Yuha when he says that the Sternritter are going to be rejoicing that they can now use their holy forms. This shot of Ichigo, again, looks like it's beautiful. That shot of him flying down from the royal palace. It seems here the digitally coloured version of Bleach was accurate with its colouring for his Royal Realm outfit, which is great because that's a fantastic looking outfit. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything. I'm assuming the kind of rubble going flying everywhere is indicative of Yuha destroying the palace, perhaps, around 626, maybe? That does seem quite far. Really, that is quite far for it to be the second part. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, there's not a huge amount to go through. But yeah, regardless, I think that's really exciting stuff. The trailer looks really cool. Obviously, we only get a very brief amount of actual footage, but what we do get, I do think, is really good stuff. But what fascinates me the most, of course, is the new dialogue, and there is a lot of new dialogue on show here. I can't help but think it was obviously a very purposeful decision to highlight all those new lines. That is very exciting. Particularly the line that stands out to me the most is probably the Shinji line, because it really does feel like a potential precursor to him using bankai, which would be really, really exciting. But that's it for this very quick, very sort of slapdash trailer live reaction. If you guys want me to discuss it any further, I can do, but it's really not very long. And then, like I said, there's not a lot of footage here either. July 2023 for part 2 of the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime titled The Separation. I cannot wait for that. But until then, guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the trailer. I would love to hear that as well. Make sure to hit subscribe if you haven't done already. A big thank you to all of my patrons. I really do appreciate your support. But until next time, I'll catch you later, and I'll see you then.